हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे,
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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे रामा हरे राम हरे हरे,
हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे रामा राम हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे,
गोपाल राधा कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद,
हे गोपाल राधा कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद,
हे गोपाल राधा कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद,
हे गोपाल राधा कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद,
गोविंद गोविंद 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 कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद,
हे गोपाल राधा 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 कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद,
गोविंद गोविंद 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 कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद,
हे गोपाल राधा 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 कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद,
हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare बोलिए सर्वेश्वर भगवान की जय। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
Welcome to Satsang, everyone. Let's start with a few minutes of meditation. So, wherever you are, just close your eyes. Find a position that is comfortable to sit in which your back is straight but not rigid. And allow the awareness to pull from the outer world to the inner world. Bring the awareness to your breath. Allow the awareness to merge fully with the breath. And notice the way it gets longer and deeper as we become aware of it. As you exhale, on your next exhalation, and let it be as long and smooth as it can. As you exhale, allow yourself to let go. Let go of the masks that you wear. Let go of the roles you play. Let go of the history, the identities. Let go of the stress and responsibilities. allow the exhalations to be long and slow. And breathe it all out. Keep the awareness on the breath, low in the abdomen, right below the navel, below the belly button. Most of us are aware of the breath in our lungs and our chest. But instead of that, be aware of the breath low in the abdomen. Take your inhalations from there and allow the exhalations as you let go more and more. Allow the exhalations to drop down back into that place. As you exhale, letting go of more and more of the attachments, more of the expectations. At the end of each exhalation, allow yourself to just come to rest at that place below the belly button, that center, that source. Letting go more and more on the exhalations and sinking deeper and deeper into that core, into that source of light, source of love. Source of peace. Sink deeply into it. If you find that the mind wanders, you can add a simple mantra of so, hum. So on the inhalation and hum on the exhalation. means I am that. I am one with the universe. I am one with the divine. I am divine. I am that. So you can chant that silently to yourself in the background of the awareness on the breath. Gently bring the palms together at chest level in Namaste, and gently rub the palms against each other. Place your cupped palms over your closed eyes. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes and lower your hands. Welcome to Satsang again. I'll begin with one of the questions that has come in advance, and then we'll open it up to any questions that anyone here has. I hear a lot of talk about happiness and being happy. What is happiness, and how is it related to joy? One of the things that is important to me about the satsang is that we not get lost in semantics and definition and academic type of stuff. Sometimes, every once in a while, something will come up that will have to go down that track a little bit. But it's really important to me that this is a place in which when you leave deeper in your own self, in your own awareness, in your own light, in your own experience than you were when you came in. And one of the difficulties is it's really easy to get lost in semantics, in definitions, in words, in esoteric philosophies even. And for me, what's most important is how can this mean something for us? And so, taking the question from the last part first, I would say, I'm not too worried about the difference between happiness and joy. You'd probably find slightly different definitions in different places, different in different languages. That, of course, is just the English distinction. really what we need to be looking at, the distinction we need to really ask ourselves, is happiness on the inside that stays versus happiness from something on the outside that can say, I'm filled with joy. So either way, we can certainly use the same words, but it doesn't last very long. Little while. Then I'm on to something else. The same person I loved didn't bring me flowers again the next night. Less happiness, less joy. A third night, again, no flowers. Less happiness, less joy. Goes on and on. Until finally one night there's, what happened? You used to bring me flowers. Why don't you bring me flowers anymore? Don't you love me anymore? You've become, too obsessed with your work. You don't pay attention anymore. I don't mean anything to you anymore. So the joy from those flowers has a very short half-life. It doesn't last very long at all. And it's 100% entirely dependent on the flowers. They came, I was happy. They didn't come, I was not happy. The same thing is true with most of the ways that most of us look for joy in our life. If I say, I'm feeling down, I want to feel happier. Let's go to the movies. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to a ball game. Let's go to a pub. Let's go dancing. Let's go shopping. Right? These are the things that we do to be happy. The problem with all of them is it doesn't actually last. The only way that any of that could make any lasting difference is if the reason I was upset is that I had no shoes and it was cold and I had to walk a long distance someplace every day. And I went shopping and got a pair of shoes. That could create a sort of longer lasting impact. But otherwise, none of that creates any impact that lasts usually longer than just a couple of hours. It's not even like weeks or months, it's literally hours. So the distinction we're looking for is, how can I find happiness that actually lasts? We all know what happiness is. We know the difference between feeling happy and feeling sad. We know what makes us smile. We know what makes us feel good inside. But the question to be asking is, why do I spend hour after hour, month after month, year after year, looking for happiness in places that it doesn't exist, such that I have to keep filling myself with these little mediocre, short-lived happiness pills in the form of something to eat, something to see, something to buy, someplace to go. These are like happiness band-aids, but not the kind even that are waterproof. You put it on and 5 minutes later you wash your hands and it's off. They're not actually healing what's on the inside. The only way to find real happiness is, first of all, to stop looking in the wrong places. If you wanted to buy milk and you walked into a shoe store, the clerk in the shoe store would say, I'm so sorry, I can't help you. You could go to every shoe store in the country and you wouldn't find milk because shoe stores don't sell milk. It seems obvious, we understand that. But we look in department stores, we look in jobs, we look in money, we look in possessions, we look in all of these things for happiness when it actually doesn't exist there. And so we keep looking and keep looking. It's like my favorite story of the woman who's looking on the street one night underneath a bright street lamp, and this wise man comes by and says, "What are you looking for?" "Oh, I've lost my key," she says. He gets down on his hands and knees. He also helps her look. And after some time, they still haven't found it. And he says, "Where did you lose your key?" "Oh," she says, "I lost it in the house." And he says, "Well, so why are you looking for it in the road?" And she says, "Because it's dark in the house. And here there's this very bright street light, so I thought, let me come out and look under the light." Now, he obviously sends her back in the house, and we laugh. It's a silly story. But I love it because it's exactly what we do. We're looking for something that we lost inside, outside, because it's bright. It's bright in department stores, it's bright on Amazon.com, it's bright in advertisements, it's bright. Yeah, it's easy to see. But actually what we're looking for isn't there. And so we end up miserable. And so this is where we have to go back inside. Where did I lose my happiness? Because I had it. Kids have it. Kids are happy. The only things that take away kids' happinesses are if they're too hungry, too tired, or they've got, a full diaper. Otherwise, they're happy. And they're happy with very little. You put them on their back and they're happy with their own toes. We buy them all these fancy, expensive gifts, and they don't even open the box. They're very happy with the wrapping paper and the ribbon and the box. And we're the ones who have to keep saying, no, 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 that's not the gift. The gift is inside. Open it, open it, open it. The kid is just as happy with the box. So we had it, but we lost it. And we lost it in this myth that actually our happiness inside wasn't enough, and we really needed to become something more and be something more and have more things. And so then we started running after those things. And the answer is just going back. Finding that place within us that can be happy with our own toes. Finding that place within us where there's just wonder in the world. Isn't the world beautiful? Isn't the world extraordinary? Look at the creation. Look at the colors and the shapes and the smells. Look at what the divine has given us. And aren't we blessed just to be here? And a good way to do that is to start a practice of gratitude. Just start finding things to be grateful for. Start a practice of just say it out loud. God, I'm so grateful for this, so grateful for that. If you feel silly saying it out loud, say it to yourself, but ultimately overcome feeling silly to say it out loud. The people I know who are the happiest are the ones who are so effusively grateful. God, I'm so grateful for this and that, and not because they have some sort of inferiority complex on any level. Not because they don't think they deserve everything in the world, but just because whatever happens is an opportunity to celebrate. I'm so grateful for this beautiful meal. I'm so grateful for this glass of water. I'm so grateful that we're all together. I'm so grateful that I haven't been kicked out of Rishikesh yet, that nobody said, go back. I'm so grateful that I'm still breathing, that I get another breath in this beautiful body. that God has given me, that takes what I eat and turns it into energy and then sends the rest out the other side. My God, I mean, what a creation. That allows me to close my eyes and rest my mind and then wakes me up. What an incredible creation. Most of us think sadly that we will be grateful once we're happy, once we have what we want and then we feel happy, then we'll be grateful. But it actually works the other way. Through the practice of gratitude, I find happiness, not the other way around. So stop waiting for things to be grateful for and start realizing how much you already have to be grateful for. And what you'll discover is the list just keeps getting longer and longer. The more you practice it, the more things you have to be grateful for. And that's the soil in which happiness is really planted and grows. I'm happy to open it up to any other questions that anyone has. Does anyone have any questions? Kids, any questions? I always start with the kids, but yes. How to practice that? Well, it's really actually quite easy. Begin maybe before you go to sleep at night. Take a few minutes before you go to sleep. And you can write it down, but you don't have to write it down. It's nice to write it down because then, at the end of a month, you've got, if you're ever feeling really depressed, you've got a nice book you can look through. Make a list. 5 things a night. What are you grateful for? When you wake up in the morning, add 5 more things. I'm so grateful I'm awake. I'm so grateful I didn't hit snooze and I managed to get up in time to meditate. I'm so grateful that I have another opportunity tomorrow to not hit snooze so that I can get up to meditate. Right? Because it shouldn't be dependent, right? I managed to get up, I'm grateful for it. I didn't manage to get up, okay. Well, I'm grateful I'll have another opportunity tomorrow. I'm grateful for the extra hour of sleep I got instead of meditating, okay. Either way, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I can take a shower in water that runs out of a faucet, that I don't have to walk miles to get 1 bucket. Imagine how many millions of women around the world, that's how they start their day. I get to just walk in my bathroom and turn on a tap. I'm grateful for the loved ones with whom I'm sharing my bed or my house or my neighborhood, my community. I'm grateful that my house didn't burn down overnight. I'm grateful that I have legs to carry. I mean, you could do this all night. 5 things in the night, 5 things in the morning. Start there. And then what you'll find is, it actually becomes a nice practice because when you know you have to come up with them, what you'll find is as the day goes, something will happen and something in your brain will go, oh, that's a good thing. I'm going to remember that for tonight. That's going to be on my gratitude list tonight. And so automatically you become primed to look for things to be grateful for during the day because Sone se pehle mujhe list likhna hai. And so as the day goes, you notice things in a completely different way because they're going to be part of your gratitude list. And so just naturally you start finding more and more and more things. So keep a little notepad with you. Yeah, of course. Other questions? Okay. What is God? God is everything. If we can put God in a box with a definition, it's not God. Every word, every term, every definition we try to give actually takes us further and further from God. It's an irony. The more we try to describe, the smaller and smaller and smaller the space becomes. And we end up squeezing out God. So God is literally everything. God is infinite. In our Upanishads, we are reminded, Isha vasyamidam sarvam, yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Everything in the universe is pervaded by the divine. So what is that pervades everything in the universe? From a human being, to a blade of grass, to a drop of water, to a mosquito, to a tree, to a cloud. What is that? That's God. That's divinity. That which gives everything its isness, right? So I can have flesh and bones, but there is no self without soul or spirit. Doesn't matter what word we use. Soul, spirit, God, divinity. It's all talking about the same. It's that which makes me, literally. It's that which makes the blade of grass the blade of grass. The water of water. The tree of the tree. The creator and the creation. So God is literally everything, which is so beautiful, because what it means is that God can be worshipped in any way. That there's no right way to worship God. If God is everything. You know, a lot of times people think, oh, Hinduism is a polytheistic religion. We believe in lots of gods. But we don't. As anybody who really understands Hinduism knows, we're not saying, oh, this God and that God. It's all one. But it's even more than that. It's actually nothing but God. So it's not one God who sometimes looks like this and sometimes looks like that and sometimes is called this and sometimes called that. There is nothing but God. Which means however you worship, however you connect, is right, is perfect, is beautiful. But connect. Because otherwise we live in this illusion of separateness. Otherwise I'm just this body over here and you're those bodies over there. And we're each accumulating, you know, some money and some title and some clothes, and we each recite different lines in the global drama. But we're separate. We're disconnected. And there's no point, there's no meaning. It's just merely entertainment, like any drama is. A stage, curtain, actors, costumes, masks, lines. It's fun for a few hours of entertainment. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's not truth or life. We all understand it's just a drama. if we live as those separate beings with our masks, with our costumes, with our identities, we're just living out a really long drama. And so the point is to realize it's all God. We are God. Others are God. Everything is God. It doesn't mean that we don't do things. We do things because there is a drama. There absolutely is a drama. It's called the Leela, God's Leela. Here we are playing our roles. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna wipes away any doubt by saying, we must perform our duty. No, you may not run away to the mountains and just meditate forever, which is what Arjuna wanted to do. You must perform your duty, perform your dharma. This is your role in the cosmic drama. Yes, it's all a drama. And yes, you have to perform your role. And you have to perform it fully and sincerely. And the truth is, it's not actually about what you do. It's about how you do it. Take my name and fight the war, right? This is Lord Krishna's core teaching. Take my name, fight the war. Remember me and do your duty. For Arjuna, the duty was the war. For us, the duty could be anything. Could be 1,000 different things. Changing hour by hour, day by day. We don't just have one duty. But it means do what you're supposed to do, regardless of how small it feels, how big it feels, how important or unimportant, how glamorous or unglamorous. But do it because it's your duty. And do it sincerely and fully, because that's your dharma. To do it fully and sincerely. Don't do it half-heartedly. Don't try to do someone else's duty instead. Whatever you've been given, do it fully, perfectly, with all of what you've got. And remember to keep chanting my name. Take my name, remember me, because as you take my name and remember me, you're going to remember it's all the drama. So we're called upon to really exist in this very, very subtle, very interesting place between it's all the divine Leela, it's all God, it's all perfect. Because of course, if it's all God, it's all perfect. And we better get to work. We've got duties to perform. We've got dharma to fulfill. And living in that balance, that place of realizing it's not either or, but it's and. That's where real sadhana, real spiritual practice is, in that place. It's not, I don't have time to do my duty because I'm doing my sadhana. No, your sadhana is in doing your duty. Your sadhana is in figuring out how do you do your duty, what you are called upon to be doing, while simultaneously being immersed fully in the name, the memory, the worship, the reverence, the love, the devotion of God. That's what we're called upon to do, and that's where real sadhana happens. And that's where the awareness of God comes in. Because if I'm only aware of God when I'm sitting quietly with my legs crossed in a dark room, or I'm only aware of God when I'm sitting in a temple, then I haven't really understood God. I haven't really understood my relationship to God. Because the God I worship, in my place of worship, regardless of which temple, which religious house of worship it may be, that divine has told me in different languages for different religions, in different books for different religions, different ways, but all of the religions tell us God is everywhere. Right? Why did Jesus Christ say, love thy neighbor as thyself? Well, you can't do that unless you see thy neighbor as thyself. Because there's no clarification. It doesn't say love thy next door neighbor as thyself, where, your only task is to just get to know your next door neighbor really well until you can love them. But neighbor, how far? My block, 2 blocks, 500-meter radius, 1,000-meter radius. What counts as neighbor, right? Neighbors keep changing. People move. I move. How can I possibly, and he doesn't say, spend the next 10 years getting to know your neighbors so that you may love them. It's an injunction. And when injunctions are given to us in Scripture, it means now. Now, in this moment. Well, how can you possibly in this moment love every neighbor regardless of how far out you extend it as yourself? You can't. Until and unless we understand that those neighbors are the self. And the only way to understand that is when we realize we're all God. Because they're not me. My neighbor is not Sadhviji. It's not you're all, clones of me or me in them. It's not that. Because of course then it would be them seeing me as them, and then am I me or am I them? So that aspect of loving the neighbor as thyself means one thing and one thing only to me, which is realize that you and your neighbors are all capital S self, all God, all divinity, all spirit, whatever word we use. So all of our religions give it to us. Different languages, different books, different names, different stories, but the teaching is the same. I'm in all. Which means whatever you're doing, wherever you go, there is God in you and in all of those wherever you are working, serving, being. And that's the way. That's the way to know God. And when you forget, just come back to it. We all forget. We forget constantly. But you just keep coming back, like you do in meditation. Just coming back to that experience first of the divine within the self. Or if it's easier for you, the divine in a deity, or the divine in a tree, or the divine in a loved one. Doesn't matter. Connect with it somewhere. And then try to see that in all. And as you move through the world, let that be the deepest goal. Seeing God doesn't mean I have a vision of, You know, whether it's Lord Krishna with his flute, whether it's Lord Ram, whether it's an old man with long gray hair and a long gray beard, whatever, that's not what seeing God means. It means seeing God wherever I look. Seeing God in all. In every shape, in every form. Because God is all shapes, all forms, all colors. The blue that in Hinduism we color Lord Krishna with, or Lord Shiva with, or as we make deities, we very frequently make them blue. Why? Well, blue is the color of infinity. It's not Lord Krishna is blue. It's God is infinite. Blue is the color of infinity, right? The ocean looks blue. Take a cup of it. Doesn't look blue. It's an amazing thing. Ocean is blue. Get yourself a glass cup, fill it up with water from the ocean, walk onto the beach. That water does not look blue. The sky looks blue. Go up in an airplane, look out your window. Where you are is not blue. You can look out far, 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 down far, far, far. Then you see blue. But no matter where in the sky you go, it never looks blue right there. The water never is blue right there. Because it's only blue when it's infinite. When it's in your glass, it's no longer infinite, so it's no longer blue. When the sky is just your piece of air outside your airplane window, it's no longer infinite, it's no longer blue. And so however we connect with God, it's the right way. But connect, so we don't miss the whole point of life. Have a beautiful rest of your evenings. Have a beautiful dinner. And I look forward to being together same time tomorrow. And again, if you have a question that you didn't have a chance to ask tonight, or you felt shy, or it only came to you afterwards, if you're going to be here tomorrow, great, bring it in. If you're not, or you feel embarrassed to ask it in public, you can get it to Lori in advance, and she will get it to me on the paper that we take the questions from in advance. Have a wonderful night.